Good evening. Welcome to a complete walkthrough of Maximum Carnage. If you can notice, I am using emulation to play this, but I do own a Genesis cart for this. I also own a Super Nintendo cart for this. So I personally feel okay in emulating this, just as a disclaimer. I know emulation is a gray area, but I do own this game physically, so I am okay. So, brief start. There are a lot of people who seem to have a lot of issues with this game, claiming it's either too hard or they don't know how to properly use superhero icons or where to find more of them. So, I am going to make this walkthrough in an effort to help teach people how to absolutely destroy this game and make it very simple. So I will periodically be stopping or pausing the game in an effort to explain certain tricks and how to access superhero icons, secret rooms, etc. So without further ado, let's get started. I will be playing this on the Genesis emulator, but arguably the exact same thing goes for the Super Nintendo version as well. And for one more disclaimer, I am not going to explain where I get ROMs or anything like that. If you really want them that badly, you can seek them out yourself, but I will not be doing that. So I'm going to get started with the first level. This is a pretty simple level. I will go over a couple interesting tricks. So now, probably one of the first things is just your basic combos, super simple. One of the first things you want to learn to potentially do in this game is called a double smash. What you have to do is you have to get two enemies directly on the same line, and you have to be standing in between each of them. When you do that, you need to fire your web shooter, which would be either C on the Genesis or I'm pretty sure it's probably, let me check the controller here real quick. This would be letter A on a Super Nintendo controller. So if you stand right in the way, boom. And it is a very useful maneuver, but if you are not in a good spot, it actually will not work. So you have to get it just right. It's a little simple little combo that you learn from watching the demo. But like I said, if you stand in between two people, you'll get it almost every time, but they have to be on the exact same level. You do not want to spam your web. If you just keep on pressing C or A, you're just gonna keep on spamming that, and you have to actually press and hold your web shooter and not just keep pressing it. You want to firmly press it to make sure you're actually getting that. Throwing enemies is actually pretty useful in this game, so you'll want to do it often if you're not good at keeping combos up. But like I was saying, if you pick someone up, get in between them, double smash. Now if you are too close, if you are way too close to the two enemies that are on screen, you're effectively not gonna get it, because you have to have so much length apart from each other in an effort to actually get it to work. I'm just kind of taking a few bonus hits here just for the hell of it. Now, when you get to the final screen, you want to come up here on the wall and you'll find an extra life. That one's actually pretty simple to find. but some people will overlook it just simply because you don't think about jumping up on a wall on the first level. Boing. Now, if you've been paying attention to how I've been setting up the... Now, if you've been paying attention to how I set up the double smashes, there is a trick you can do with bosses. If you're in a part where you are facing a boss battle, you can actually double smash bosses. There is a little setup to it. I'm going to go ahead and just create a save state here, just to prove a point. If you stand directly in between two bosses, you will actually double smash them. You can tell I instantly knocked them out with that double smash. So what that essentially does is that is going to actually one-hit KO both enemies. You will actually get an extra life, and it will give you a continue at the same time. Now, the catch with this is if you hit an enemy even one single time, it will not work. Your double smash trick will not work. It will not work if you hit enemies one time. Now, one of the other things that is weird, I don't know if this is true in triggers, but if you pick up an enemy and throw them, it does not count as a hit. Now, if you just line them up, like I said, sometimes it might take a little bit, but it's worth it. And then, boom, you have that done. So if you get that pulled off, you will have a one-hit KO, an extra life, and a continue with it. Now, when you start this level, climb, what you want to do is you want to go to the very far right of this little spot right here. When you get to this window right here, all you need to do is just lightly tap jump to do a jump kick down. And you will go straight into a secret room, your first one. So this is going to be like one of the most crucial things you'll run into as Spiderman. They're very simple to beat, because you will get 1 life, 2 lives, 3 lives. Now, one of the catches is if you go off screen, then that will end the secret room. However, if you go off to the right before you get the lives, then you have actually wasted the secret room. So basically the main trick here is you just want to ignore it. So it's always going to go right, left. All you need to do is just a little bit left. It'll miss you. You go right again. Right here, you're going to get an up. You can hit A to attack Doppelganger off of his web. You just need to move just enough out of the way. Just a little more again. As you get a little higher, you're going to get attacked more, but as you can see, it's really that simple to get through. So basically, all you want to do on the rooftop, this is a very simple thing to do. You can actually just sit there and fight Doppelganger, but you can actually come up and attack this water tower to the point where it'll fall. There's a continue. All you got to do is throw it at Doppelganger once, and that battle is over. You can do it the long way, or you can just do it the simple way and get a continue at the same time. So hopefully that really helps you out in that little bit of fight. That was my phone. I'm going to go ahead and silent that. So when you start here, you're just going to have your basic enemies. If you can get enough people standing close together, you can actually hit more than one enemy at a time with the super hit. Now, the best way to deal with these girls, now that they become an actual enemy, you just want to just bring them to you and attack them up close. Don't forget, you can still super smash people. A lot of times, unless you're surrounded by enemies, it's actually not really that ideal to do it with enemies like that. Now, if you let them go, you can get 3 hits and then grab them again and then just start that combo over again. I'll show you again in a little bit. So when you get here, you want to go up this wall and just web sling over. You get 2 hearts and a life. Okay, that's getting annoying. So the quick way to take care of these girls, I'll go ahead and take care of the Linda real quick. So now the best way to deal with them, grab them, hit them twice, let it go, and then you can just walk up and grab them again. And there's a life loss, but like I said, when you get all those extra lives, it's really nice. Now the double smash does have a little bit of reach, but don't count on it to work that well that time. When you get to the final wall, you can come up here. You'll find a continue. So if you did the double smash in the first level and did everything else, you will have already had 3 continues in this game. Ow. One, two, 1, 2, 3, stop, boom. It works almost every time. Now, this enemy right here, you don't have to beat him to further the game, but you will get some stuff. You will get some items if you keep going, and I think it caps out, like, if you beat 10 enemies. If you beat the first one, you get an extra life. I'm just seeing how far I can get just to show off. Not very far. So this will automatically cut through. So now, for the next level, we're going to be in the hall. This is where first time you will face Shriek and Doppelganger together. They're really not that difficult if you figure out a pattern. For Doppelganger, you kind of just have to keep hitting with the basic 4-hit combo. Don't try getting anything fancy. So for Shriek, you want to probably best to just grab her with your web. And you are going to get hit in these fights, so don't get crazy angry if you start taking decent damage. Like I said, you want to grab her. They don't take that much damage. So now, this is where your game is going to differ for the first time. This is where you can character select for the first time. So for the sake of the walkthrough, I'm going to do both runs. So I'm going to put a save slot right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put another one just to be safe. If you choose Spider-Man, you will be taken to the chase level where it's very simple and short. Phew. So you just end up chasing him for a little bit. When you see the spider sense, you just need to hit A once and you can attack him. Otherwise, you'll just take a small little hit and just fall to the ground anyways. Now, one of the tricks here in this very first level, when you fight Demo Goblin for the first time, if you web sling straight, well, I just didn't see that coming. To get him down, you can just use your AB attack, which is a special hit. Now, if you come to the very center of that room and web up, there is actually a small cloak icon up there at the middle of the room. So that's 2 lives lost already. He's really a difficult boss, but later on you get some superhero icons. Yeah, this really a really crappy fight, but it's over very quickly. So this little trigger right here, and this is where you have your next trade-off right here. But I am going to reload that state where you go to Venom for the first time. It will take you to San Francisco. This is, if you want to beat the game quickly, I suggest the Spider-Man route. But if you want more lives in case you need them, then I would take this route. Plus, Venom is just a lot more fun than Spider-Man. I don't blame a single person for wanting to play as Venom, and especially in a game that features him. Now, there is a little trick to beating these girls as Venom, but I want to get one singled out so to make it a little easier. Now, one of the things is he is much more powerful, but he is slow as hell. So if you pick a girl up, hit them twice, and then a third time, it'll actually knock them to the ground standing up if they don't die. And then you can just immediately grab them again. Your double smash can be useful here. It's Adina. Adina will actually drop a big heart when you finish her off. So in case you start getting low on health, you can go pick that up. So when you get to this ATM sitting in this corner, you can actually do your AB special move, and it will take you to a secret room. And just like the first secret room, it's really simple, arguably about the same thing as before. There's an extra life, a second extra life, and then a third one. Now, you can't carry more than 9 lives at a time, so that's really unfortunate. But as long as you stay around there, you should be good most of the way of the game. So we're going back here. That throwback does a lot of damage. Now, when you get to this little area right here, where it says bank, if you web sling up and go up, there is actually an extra life in between the A and the N on the wall. So, remember the double smash that I taught you before? Same thing applies here. If you can get in between them just right, you can actually Like I said, remember, throwing doesn't count as a hit for whatever reason. I don't know what causes this. But if you get in between them, you will double smash them. Sometimes it takes a little bit of goading to get them to work. And see if I can get this to work now. Ow. Boom. Like I said, that little spot right there. So with that, you get that extra life and the continue and the instant KO. But when you throw them, like I said, I don't know what causes it, but as long as you only throw them and don't hit them, it counts. So this is another boss fight right here. Same thing as before, you kind of want to just stick to grabbing with the web. And on Doppelganger, you just want to stick to doing your 4-hit combos. If you do it, once you do enough damage, it'll trigger a cutscene. So don't try wasting anything here. So this will take you back to this right here. Now, for the sake of the playthrough, we are going to stay as Venom right here, and I will explain that a little further down the road. So I will explain that. So we're on New York Street 2. The beat 'em up levels really aren't that bad. You just don't want to get crossed up between two enemies. That's the only thing that'll kill you really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and take an intentional death here. And that'll be explained in just a moment. So now, where the window says danger, and it says and note Andy M on the wall, you can come up here and actually web sling across. Well, you can just go right up, and there's an extra life right there. Nice. That's a lucky power hit right there. Boing. Lucky again. Sorry if I'm a little quiet right here. There's really not a whole lot you can really do right here. Look at that, 4 hits. So now, when this boss battle comes up, you're going to have the two gentlemen with umbrellas. They will ruin your day if you are not careful. So, same exact thing as before. If you get directly in between them in the best way possible, you can actually double smash them, get a 1-hit KO, get an extra life, and it continue. So now this level is called The Deep, where you're in an underground club. Now, before you even take one step to the left, you want to go to the right, and there is a hidden extra life stand right there. Now, one thing that will help is if you web your enemies before passing this pillar in the wall, you will actually be able to kill a lot of enemies without triggering a whole bunch. So you can actually take them out little by little right here. Now, when you destroy Kyle, he will drop a cloak, that icon. So you want to make sure you pick that up before it disappears. I don't know if it disappears, but it's best to pick it up as quick as you can, just for the sake of things. Now, if you can get through all these enemies right here without losing a life, you will actually come back up with some hearts right there. We have 2 different black cat icons right here, and we have 4 hearts in the trees, but we're going to save those for right now. So now, when Doppelganger and Demogoblin are both there, you want to go ahead and use your first black cat, and then go ahead and use it a second time. And, well, that whiffed. I'm going to go ahead and use a third one just for the sake of this. So that took care of Demogoblin right there. And then that took care of Shriek, or not Shriek, Doppelganger. So now you can deal with Shriek completely on her own. And then that's that level right there. We're going to go ahead and get to the Fantastic Four HQ level real quick. Now, it doesn't matter which character you picked in that last setup, you're going to go the same route either way. So it's going to be the same no matter what you do right here. You can sneak up a little bit and you won't be as overwhelmed. But as soon as you pass this little spot, they're going to all show up. Now, when you get right here, you don't want to miss the heart in the window. You want to go ahead and grab that. If you miss it and move left, it will actually disappear. Now that right there on the desk in the computer, that is a continue. So you want to go ahead and do that. So when you pass this pillar a second time, there's only going to be 2 enemies. So the third time, there's going to be another heart in the window. These enemies suck, but okay, so we're getting ready to come up on Fantastic Four HQ level 2. Now, the main reason I said to pick Venom here is when you get to this room right here, you want to actually walk left until you find your first arrow facing right. Then you want to just jump in place and slam on the ground, and you will find another secret room. This only works with Venom, and it does not work for Spider-Man, and I have no idea why. It's probably how it was put in. So, the first 2 enemies are going to drop a life. But when you get to the blue ones, they're going to actually drop dagger icons. Now, there's the first time the go symbol has shown. If you want to stay here for a little bit, it's going to play a second time. If you wait for it to do it a third time, a continue will show up here. Right there. So then you want to take them all and exit the special secret room. So now when you get to this big enemy, I know it's kind of cheesing, but the best way to take care of this is to crawl on the wall and then just keep tapping jump on top of it and let this little drop kick hit him in the head. So long as you stay up here, he will technically not be able to hurt you at all, and he will do a ton of damage if you are not careful. See, it takes a little bit, but I mean, if you can do this without getting hit, that's exactly what you want. Just like that. It's going to transition to your next level. Now, I'm going to pause it for a brief moment when I get to the point. And I will show you what I'm talking about. Besides just saying it, I will show you what else I'm talking about. As soon as you land on the rooftop, you can come to this very corner of this rooftop where the tree is. If you jump here, that is a heart. That is a heart container. I had a brain fart there for a second. Now, if you use 2 of them, now Demo Goblin's usually pretty weak against Cloak. I thought he was. So now, if you come a little further to the left and jump, you will actually find a hidden superhero icon to beat to get Spiderman with the gun. Now when you beat him, beat Demo Goblin, it will spawn Shriek. Now she's already gone. She will drop a Fire Star. Go ahead and drop 1 Fire Star here to take Carnage basically out. 1 hit and then he's dead. Now, a lot of people seem to have this issue with Carrion on how to beat him. So if you let him get over your head, you will actually get hit. So all you need to do right here is get in front of him, jump in place, a kick, and then you hit him once, you stun him, and then you hit him again. And that you just rinse and repeat until he's dead. And that's how you beat Carrion. I'll probably do it again later just to show y'all. Now, at the very beginning of Prospect Park, if you immediately web up and go to your right, there's a Morbius icon sitting right there. I'm getting a little cocky here coming to the front where all these enemies are where I can't see them. See if I can't save this super hit. I'm gonna save this rock for the big guy to the right. Now you can punch them out of the air. Now this first tree where I'm standing right in front of right here, if you web straight up and then fly through it, you will find another icon sitting right there. Now the second tree that you see right here, if you web up right here and go left, you'll actually get like 2 hearts behind that tree. Ouch. Those umbrella dudes are kind of annoying. Oh, well. Now, this next little part right here is going to spawn 4 of these guys right here. I'm going to say go ahead and use one of your Spider-Man icons to knock them all out, because that's just the simple way to do that. Now, you want to sit right here on the far part of the left side of this vent right here. Web straight up. When you go to the left, you will see a heart and a continue. Now, it can be a little difficult to get, but it is perfectly doable. Like that. This part can get a little overwhelming with all these enemies in one spot, but don't get overwhelmed. Just take them all out on one side if you absolutely can. Now, the same thing as before with the double smashes. I'm pretty sure they work here. Sometimes they don't work. I don't know what triggers it. But if you get directly in between them, extra life, continue, and then one hit kill. Do it again. If you do it again. Like I said, when you just do just the throw, I'm just trying to boing. Do it again with them. Then you can do it with these guys too. Done. It's really that simple. If you just remember, if you hit a boss, it will not work. You have to set that up as best as you can without hitting them. Now for Prospect Park 2, the first thing you want to do is come to the very far right. Then you want to web up and swing in the trees. Not get hit by Doppelganger. You will find 3 hero icons right there. I'm going to go ahead and use one to hurt them. It didn't do as much as I wanted it to, but it works. Now that helped a lot. I'm going to go ahead and use the last... Well, maybe not. I'm going to go ahead and use the last cloak one. You can see how much that hurt Demo Goblin. You get that. Now remember, like I said, if you just jump in place, kick, jump in place, kick, jump in place, kick, let him come back down. When he starts getting a little too high, you want to let him come back down. Now, Carnage is going to be an automatic thing right there. So now, this is a crucial point of the game right here. I'm going to save this right here. So, if you pick Venom, you'll actually get stuck in a series of attacks by Carnage with the ray gun, while Spider-Man is doing attacks on this rooftop right here. So now, after the first one, you'll get sent to a second one. And then Spider-Man will be in another little batch right here. So then when you get to this third one, Venom is just going to be right in the Manhattan Street 2. So you effectively basically just skipped at least 2 levels just using Venom on this. But I'm going to load that back up. Now, if you were playing this on the Genesis, you want to keep your B and C buttons in mind. If you are playing this on the Super Nintendo, you want to keep the A and B buttons in mind. During this cutscene, you want to keep hitting either A and B or B and C, whichever one you're using. Just keep pressing it. If you just keep on pressing it, you want to keep it like pressed for the whole thing. All of a sudden, Venom is going to break free. It'll go ahead and trigger that cutscene early. Now, if you trigger this cutscene properly, it'll take you straight to that. And then you actually do a level of the Statue of Liberty inside the Statue of Liberty's head. And there are even a couple of superhero icons in this. So there's a cloak one, not a cloak one, a dagger one, my bad. They're always together, so it's kind of hard to remember that. There's a Captain America from the big guy right there. And then once you finish this, you actually get a cutscene that you don't see very often. So you can only get this next cutscene if you finish this level. And then it'll take you to Manhattan 2. So I'm going to load this one more time, and we're going to do this with Spiderman. It will take you to the police station, where you fight a whole bunch of criminals here. You will fight a bunch of enemies here. You won't get to keep any of those superhero icons from the Venom level because it's two different things. But I will explain something really cool here in a little bit. A lot of these particular thugs have a lot of health. Oh, I missed it. You just keep moving on forward. Now, when you get to this little area right here where it says Solitary 27, basically you want to stand directly in front of this door like this. Now, you want to jump, but you want to hold the up arrow as you jump, and you'll actually jump in to a secret room. Yay, secret rooms. Now this particular level, as far as I'm aware, this only has 2 extra lives, I believe. There's 1 extra life right there. Okay, so there's only 2 extra lives right there. It's still 2 extra lives late in the game. So then from here on out, you just want to finish this level like normal. Ow. takes a little bit for them to spawn here. There are so many enemies here. Alright, so this next level is going to be the Manhattan Rooftop. Now, there is a little trick I want to teach you all here. There is a secret room here. So, if you defeat the two blue guys first, they will each drop superhero icons. But you have to beat them while avoiding Shriek like the plague. So, once you beat Terry, this Iron Fist icon will show up here. So then you can beat Sushi, and he will drop a Morbius icon. Once you beat both of them, you can do a backflip into this little glass area right here. It's kind of hard here. There you go. So then that will take you to a secret room right here. There's an extra life sitting right there. Another extra life. And then a third one. So then that particular level is over. Excuse me. So now you'll have to beat these two again, but if you beat them again, you will actually double up on these icons right here. I'm going to be safe just to be careful. Iron Fist will heal Spider-Man, and that's like super useful. Now in this later stage, Shriek is really hard to grab. Like, you can get her to you, but she'll instantly get away from you. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. There is a Deathlock one here. You will definitely want to pick that up. I will explain. You get Firestar and then Captain America. Just for the sake of things, I'm going to go ahead and use the Sonic gun right here. I'm going to go ahead and use a Firestar as well. That really helps. Ow. Well, there went that life. Now, if you remember when I said save your Deathlock ones, if you use that against Carrion, that does so much damage for him. So I'm going to go ahead and use the second one. And that's already taking care of Carrion. There's really no, like I said before, there's really no good way to actually fight Demogoblin. He's just a pain in the ass to beat. That's the best I got right there. So after you beat Manhattan Street 1, it will take you to number 2. And we're at pretty much the last level that involves beat 'em ups. So if you take a far left, you will have an Iron Fist icon. And then if you come to the far right, you got 2 more dagger icons. So if you stay up here, they can't really reach you. So if you just use dagger, well, I kind of just took care of it. So when everyone else shows up again, you can use your Morbius icons as Spiderman. So if you come back over here, use Morbius again. I'm going to go ahead and use it again. Now I'm pretty sure it's Lorraine. Once you beat Lorraine, you will actually have another extra life. I'm going to go ahead and come up here again. Use Morbius one last time. Now, Morbius is not going to work on the big bosses. Okay, so, I'm going to go ahead and heal once right here. So, when you get this started, you want to go ahead and use dagger once. Then use dagger one last time. And that will effectively finish Shriek off. Go ahead and use a Fire Star. That will take care of Demogoblin. As well as him. So when you get... I'm going to go ahead and heal right there. I'm going to use Deathlock against Carrion. I'm going to use them one last time. And that will take care of Carrion. And then while you have Carnage, go ahead and use your last 2 Fire Star. If you still have more icons left over, so just go ahead and keep using them. I probably used that a little too early. Boing. Now, one thing I will say before I finish Carnage, notice that I have 9 lives. So I finished off Carnage right here. So now, when you get to the end, you will have no more video game icons at this point. From here on out, it is 100% just battling. Now, the reason why I pointed out that I had 9 lives before is whatever lives you have get carried on to this fight right here. I'm going to go ahead and save that slot. Now, the really cool thing here is you can tell that I have 9 lives right here. So I'm going to pound on Carnage for a bit. So if you switch to Venom, you will see I have 9 lives again. Venom and Spiderman here actually have separate lives counters. So if you enter Spiderman with 9 lives, you will actually have 18 lives to finish off Carnage. So whatever amount of lives that you go into with the last level, I can't believe I missed that. Whatever you have into the last level is how many lives Venom will have as well. I lost 2 lives right there. How about that? So this right here, we're going to reach the final level of the game, is Ruined Boy's Home. Now, this is going to be really stupid. I'm going to save this just for the hell of it. Now, there is a hidden secret room on this level, but it is very tedious to get to it. So I'm going to try and perform it. One of Carnage's moves that he can do is he will jump to the ceiling with his claws and then do like a scissor kick across the room. If you get scissor kicked in front of the door as Spider-Man, you will actually get sent to another secret room, but it does not work with Venom. So this is gonna, so that's the move you want to do right there. So now you want to get hit by that. It's really hard to trigger. And you have to be facing to the right as well. So that's the other thing that's really annoying. I don't recommend this just because you will actually sink a lot of lives or health just going through. And of course he does it when I'm in invincibility frame. Boom. So he can either do the slicing thing or the scissor kick thing, but you will get the secret room. So I'm just going to finish the game out from here. Now, if you do want to use this secret room, I strongly recommend that you do little to no damage to Carnage. Because if you almost kill him and then get knocked into that secret room, he will actually completely heal when you get out of this secret room. So I have 8 lives here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the game from here. Now, the main big trick to Carnage is you want to be aggressive with him. One of the things that helps the most is to do a tackle and then hit him 2, 3, or 4 times. And then when you get that 4 hits on him, you either want to do another tackle or a dashing jump kick at him. You will probably be using a lot of special attacks right there. You don't want to get hit by that, because that thing will absolutely destroy you. Like that, power hit. Another power hit. And he's done. Just like that. So I'm going to do that again as Venom, just to see if I could do the same thing with Venom. Ow. Now, don't be afraid to lose a life or 2 in front of him. I really recommend Spider-Man here, in all honesty, just because he's faster. But sometimes you're not going to get that lucky. Ow. Yeah, he's a lot harder with Venom just because Venom is significantly slower. Just like that. And then, just for the sake of one more time, to show you that the dash combo works, I'm going to do this one more time. Now, if you get way too close to him, he's going to absolutely tackle your ass. So the trick is, you basically want to get him dashed in, tackle, ow. Just like that. If you stick to the tackle and 3 or 4 hits and then tackle again, it works almost every time. I'm going to let the ending play out and then consider this a GG. Thank you for coming, guys. I really hope this video helps a lot more people get better at this. Sorry if my commentary may have not been the greatest at sometimes, but I was hoping maybe I would explain everything here in great detail.